great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. Today is the 16th of November. This is episode number 474 of the Immigration Answer Show. I am an immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. Hope you all are doing well. I've had some interesting calls today from potential clients, talking to different people who are thinking about hiring hacking immigration law. We offer this television show, this show as a service to those who can't afford an immigration attorney. The advice is of a general nature, and it is not a substitute for talking to an actual lawyer, hiring a lawyer to handle your case. I just do this to try to educate people about the immigration process. Look who's here, my good friend Fatuma. Hello, Fatuma. Hi, Mr. Jim. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well too. Awesome. Yes, everybody knows to leave a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods. We have a lot of friends here. As far as here, Bao, Christine, Anthony, Alex, Glenn, Tony's watching from San Francisco, Ricardo, and Jashinkar. Good to see everybody. I'm going to start with SFO. He was waiting very patiently to get started. Hello, my friend. I think you might be on mute. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a plan. Trust him. I will. I do. SFO, we can't hear you, brother. We will come back. Damien is here. Hello, Damien. You're on mute. It's Thursday, so everyone wants to be off camera. Go ahead, Damien.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question in regards to the affidavit letter or the support letter. I know that when you're filing your thing, you put everything in that one package and send it off to where it should be sent. But that addressing for the address for the letter, who do you address it to?
What are you talking about?
Like the support letter or the affidavit letter?
What is a support letter? I don't know what a support letter is. What visa is someone trying to get? A visit visa?
No, I'm referring to like change of status.
From what to what? You mean adjustment of status, like for a marriage-based green card?
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying that if I'm submitting a marriage-based green card case and my Uncle Charlie wants to send an affidavit in support, that's what you mean?
Yes.
So I would figure out what the mailing address is for the application and use that address. Or you could just say to USCIS from Uncle Charlie and then start the letter. It should be notarized, though. If you don't notarize it, they probably won't even consider it.
Okay, but the USCIS address, should it be the field office or the said address that you send your package to?
I would send it to the one with the package, but you don't need an address at all because, like you said, you're going to include it all in the original submission, so it doesn't really matter.
I got you. Okay, thank you very much.
Bye, Damien. See you, buddy. Pascalin is here. Hello, Pascalin.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Very good, very good. Okay, really quick. My wife is American. She's an American citizen, and she lives in Florida. I am currently living in the Dominican Republic. So in 2021, we filed for an I-130 for a green card, and we got an interview this year on July. But
what?
I
did you get in
did a
July?
mistake.
What happened in July?
Can you hear me? Okay, so in July, actually in June 29, we got an interview at the Dominican embassy for the green card. But I didn't get the green card because in my previous medical exams, I got tested positive for marijuana.
That sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. So they put me on probation, and I had to do like regular testing
Yep.
every 2 months to do it. Okay, so what happened is that I just got confirmation for the humanitarian parole program because my wife had applied for me for this. We were like, why not? Because who knows, that might work. We just got confirmed for that. So my question is, if I actually get into the States on the humanitarian parole, can I still continue with my I-130 case, or am I gonna have to change it into another case, like an adjustment of status?
You'd have to file for adjustment. Yeah, you'd have to file for adjustment. What's the basis of the humanitarian parole? What country are you from?
I am from Haiti.
Okay, so that's why. Yeah, so if you're paroled into the United States, then and you have a pending I-130, then
Hmm.
you could take the I-130 receipt notice and then file
Okay.
for the green card, a work card, and advance parole.
Okay. So I have to do an adjustment of status. So this might take at least another 12 months, I suppose, for me to
Mhm,
get the green card. Oh,
mhm.
okay. Well, another question is that I do actually need to travel because I am a musician, and if I would want to leave the States while I'm on the humanitarian parole, can I leave the States and come back, or is there any way to do this
That would
if
be
I have like a I-1 485 pending, or I cannot leave the States?
that would be dumb to leave the United States. That would and if you wanted to, if you applied for adjustment, you'd have to apply for advance parole, and that might take 9
Okay.
months. That would be permission for you to leave the United States.
Okay.
But how long have you been getting tested for the marijuana violation?
Since July. So it's been July, August, September, October,
So
November.
that's
I
probably going
missed
to
five
always
months.
that's probably going to carry over for the humanitarian parole as well. I would think it might not, but you should plan on that.
Okay. So that might take a hold on that for me to get a travel authorization, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to, if it's important for you to be able to travel and to work throughout this process, then you might just want to sit tight, do your probation on the marijuana, and then just get that immigrant visa. Because if you get the immigrant visa, then when you come to the United States, you should get your green card, and then you can leave right
Pretty
away.
fast.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay. Thank you very much.
Bye, Pascal, and see you, buddy. Yeah, that's a real bummer when they find marijuana in your system. That's a definitely 1 year until you're going to be able to come to the United States. And if you're down in Mexico, it's going to be a lot longer than that. They just drag that out. All right, I have a question for everybody who's watching or listening. I was talking to Asfar, who was the October viewer of the month. And if you haven't done our survey yet and you want to be our November viewer of the month, you get some prizes from Hacking Immigration Law, and you get to talk to me for half an hour off camera. If you want to do that, you can. But I was talking to Asfar, and he had lots of good ideas for me for different content that I'm going to do. One thing he wanted me to do that I really liked was some content on, after I become a citizen as an immigrant, what does that mean? What rights do I have? What should I know? What should I be paying attention to? And we've had a couple people this week ask about that, as far as how to get involved in politics or how to stay educated and all that stuff. So we'll definitely do that. The other thing, though, that he said that was interesting was that most of the time he just listens to the episodes, and I'm wondering how many people actually watch the video versus listen. And I think that we have people who just listen. We have people who just do the replays. I know that when we release a new episode, we usually have about 300 people watching while the show is live, and by the next morning, it's up to 1,500, 2,000. So I think a lot of people do the replays, and I'm just wondering, for those of you who watch live, are you just listening, or do you watch the video? Do you care if people are on camera or not? And also for the people on the replay, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Let me go ahead and get to our next caller, and that's Kawiyat. Kawiyat, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. So, recently my husband and I submitted our I-130 like July, but we're yet to submit the I-485 and the other documents. So we were just wondering. Yeah, he had a call with you, and you said you should go ahead and submit all the other documents together. So we just wanted to make sure we're supposed to submit everything: the I-485, the I-693, the affidavit of support, like everything together.
So let's back up. So you're in the United States
Yes.
and you're the immigrant.
Yes, I am.
Your spouse is a U.S. citizen or a green card holder.
He's a U.S. citizen.
And how did you enter the United States?
As a student.
And are you still in valid student status?
No, I just finished. I'm taking a year break in school, like August. Yeah.
How long did you actually go to school once you came on your entry?
For about 2 years, I've been in school until August this year.
Okay. And then when did you get married?
August too.
And you filed the I-130 separately from the 485?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
We're trying to save on money, basically.
Okay, to sort of structure it. Okay. The only problem is that causes the cases to sort of go off in different directions. That's why we generally try not to do that. Now, hopefully they're smart enough to be able to, if you take that I-130 receipt notice, in answer to your question, yes, you'll send that in with the 485, the 131, which is advanced parole, the 765, which is your work card, the 693, which is your sealed medical, and then the affidavit of support, which is the I-864. And then if you have a co-sponsor, their I-864, and then all the supporting documents you need for the I-864, which would be the tax returns for each person for the last 3 years showing that they made enough money, and then proof of their income, so like their W-2s or their 1099s.
Okay. And do we also need to send the supporting documents for the I-485, or we just need to wait for them to ask for it?
What would be supporting, when you say supporting documents for a 45, what do you mean?
Like the wedding certificate. They were asking some information about my address because I was reading through the.
Yeah, well, the marriage stuff should have all gone with the I-130. If you didn't submit a bunch of marriage stuff, then you should do that now with the 485.
Okay. And they were asking for passport photographs and stuff like that. Do we still need to
The
turn?
passport photos go with the green card application.
Okay. So just turning the forms alone.
And all the stuff. No, you send in everything. You pretend you're only going to have one shot at sending them everything and send it all at once.
All right. Okay. And another question, please. So for the address, should we use the address for the office on the receipt notice we got for the I-130?
Nope.
Or
You
okay.
have to look up the instructions for the 485 and you send it to the lockbox for where you live.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I think that's basically the questions we have.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. SFO is back. Let's see if he's got his mic going. SFO, are you there?
Hi, sir. Very good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. You look, you're growing some beard. You look good in that.
Thanks. I look like
Yeah. Sir, my first question is, my I-30 is pending since last November. They received in November, and they were reviewing since December. So what do you think? When should I call to bother them, or when should we sue them?
So, where are you from?
I'm from Pakistan.
When did you come to the United States?
Sir, I'm in removal procedure. I came in 2015.
Okay, why are you in removal proceedings?
I have a case with the USCIS asylum case, and then they send it to me to the court, and afterwards I got married, and then I apply for my I-30.
Okay, and so what's the receipt date on the I-130?
It's showing on the app that they receive on 28th November, but they start reviewing it on 23rd December 2022.
Yeah, I think you're just sitting tight. I would give them, I mean, you have a complicated immigration history. Did you submit a strong marriage case? Do you have a lot of stuff?
Yes, I do, sir. And second thing, I checked with my lawyer, and she's the one who called me and told me that we're gonna wait, and then she told me we're gonna start doing 485. So once my hearing is in 26th of July next year, so she told me that we're gonna submit 485, and is gonna be approved by the court. That's what I'm calling you. Like, is that happen that 485 that court approves it, or it's just like she's telling that?
So did you also file the 485, or you're waiting for the I-130 to be approved to file the 485?
She told me we have to get ready. Once your I-30 is approved, we're gonna go to the court with 485 and tell the judge that here is I-30 is approved, and we need to approve for 485. That's what she told me.
Maybe you misunderstood it, but that's not how I would do it. What I would do is almost what she said is, when you get the I-130 approved, then you go to the judge and you say, Judge, he doesn't need to be in removal anymore. He's the spouse of a U.S. citizen. He has an approved I-130. We need you to terminate proceedings so that he can go back to USCIS and do his green card there. That, I don't know. Do you ever see Shabazz on here? Have you seen Shabazz? That's what his case is. That's a very...
Yeah, I seen Shabazz, sir, but I asked her twice that is the judge is gonna pass my 485. She said yes.
You might wait, but you might wait 3 or 4 years to have the judge do that. That's the problem. The judge has a very busy docket. The judge is trying to get rid of as many cases as possible, unless there's some reason to think that USCIS doesn't like you. Like if you have a messy case and you think that there's a better chance to get approval on the 485 with the immigration judge, which would be a very strange set of circumstances. I've only done that once. Generally, you're always going to want to go back to USCIS and get out of deportation.
That's what I told her, but she told me because your case is with the judge, and on your hearing, once we have the approval of I-30, and on your hearing day, we're gonna give it to the judge 485, and once he approve it, he's gonna give you a letter, and then you're gonna go to Sacramento and give your fingerprints, and then you're gonna get your green card. But
nobody knows that. Nobody can tell you that, and most judges don't do it that way. Most judges drag it out, and you're talking 3 or 4 or 5 years.
So it's better to just remove my procedure and then put it to my USCIS 485.
That's my bet.
And how long is going to take approximately, sir?
Call Shabazz and ask him.
I don't have his number. You're the one. Like, I trust
no, I'm
you.
Saying, so you're talking another year and a half.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, I keep telling everybody that with my beard, I look like my dad. I just want to show you guys a picture, and you tell me what you think, okay? Here we go. Let's see here. Share screen. What do you guys think? Are we starting to look alike? I mean, the hair's going back. The beard's looking sort of similar. Can I do it so that we're the same size? Let's see. Nope, I can't. So, let me put that up again. Oh, Papa, we miss Papa for sure. Let's see here. There it is. I think we're starting to look alike. That's for sure. If I had those glasses and I shaved my head like he used to, I think we're just about there. Ha ha ha. All right. With that, let's go to Johnson. Hello, Johnson. Speaking of beard and glasses, hello, Johnson.
Yeah, hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. This is my first time logging in, and I'm happy.
Well, thank you for coming. Welcome.
Yeah, I have a situation in my hand. I'm a religious worker, and I've been approved based on that, but it's restricted. So, but about June of this year, I got my EAD with no restrictions, right? My wife got hers too. But when they sent mine, unfortunately, all the information on the card is correct. It's a combo card. It's a combo card. So every information on the card is correct except for the photograph. It is my wife's photograph that is on my EAD. So I had to put it back together and send it back, mail it back to USCIS with a letter, and they acknowledge receipt. And that has been the information since July. And so I needed to travel back home on emergency travel. So I had to book an appointment, and I went into the USCIS And then somebody there told me that I need to refile, that I might have to wait forever, that I need to file another EAD and advanced parole.
You never should have sent them those cards back. Who told you to send those cards back?
Oh, I'm not supposed to send it back?
No, you should have brought everything you got. If you had to travel, I mean, what I would have done is kept the cards, and if and I would have started the process of filing for a second one. And if an emergency came up like you have now, then I would say, look, I filed for a replacement. You guys are morons. You sent me a work card with my wife's picture on it. I need to go back home right now. It's an emergency. Will you please stamp my passport?
Oh.
So now you're screwed because you don't even have that one.
Oh, so they are supposed to stamp my passport?
You could try. That's all I can think of is get emergency advanced parole. You could still apply for it now, but it's a much harder road to hoe because you don't have that card in hand. I mean, for me, if it was a bad enough situation, I might even leave with my wife's picture on there and just say, this is me. They just screwed up the car. I mean, would your wife be traveling with you?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
So you definitely need to file for a replacement work and combo card.
Yeah, I did that, so I don't know how long I have to wait for that. I did that about a month now.
Okay.
Okay, all right, that's it. Thank you so much.
Good luck. Sorry, Johnson.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Shaniqua. Shaniqua, are you with us?
Hey, good afternoon. Are you hearing me?
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's the first time on this platform, so I'm a bit scared. So,
Don't be scared.
yeah. So, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you a little rundown. So, I came to America June 1st on a B1 B2, from Jamaica. It's my last day on my I-94, I think it's called. It's like November 30, right? I got engaged with my boyfriend in September, which we are planning to get married, but I can't get married on my B1 visa because that would be a misrepresentation of my visa. So
Wait. What did you say?
so me and my boyfriend, we got engaged,
Yeah.
right? And we were planning to get married, but I told him like I can't get married while on my visa because that would be a misrepresentation on my visa.
Who said?
Right?
Who said?
Well, when I was doing my research, I don't know.
Yeah, don't do research. Talk to me. So,
okay.
So as long as you didn't intend to get married when you entered the United States, if you got married now, because you're almost at the end of your 6 months, you're beyond the 60 days when you first arrived. If you got married now, you could apply for a green card and stay until it gets approved.
Oh.
He's a U.S. citizen?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
I didn't know because what I was thinking was to get an extension and go to college here, But when I went on your YouTube, you told me do not get an extension, so I just say okay, I'm not gonna bother getting an extension, right?
No, and that would actually be a change, not an extension. It's the same form, a 539 from a B1 B2 to an F1, but that's really hard to pull off too. So I wouldn't mess around with any of that. If you're planning on getting married, I would just go ahead and do that.
Yes, and my thing is, when can I apply? Knowing the fact we've been together for like months, we haven't lived together as yet. We are planning to when his lease is up. When I'm supposed to file for my papers, that's what I'm stuck on. Because I really want enough evidence and stuff, but I'm not sure exactly when. Because I know like if our marriage is less than 2 years, you get a conditional permanent resident until the 2 years is over. Then you can go ahead and apply for a permanent resident for 10 years.
But that's true. That's true for most marriage cases. That's almost always the case.
But I'm not even sure like when, if for example we get married tomorrow, I'm not sure when I'm supposed to file for the evidence of the papers for my green cards and stuff. I'm not really sure if I have enough evidence too. I don't want to file and have a thin case to give USCIS.
Okay, so a couple of things. Number one, if you can, and it's your intention to get married and it's a real marriage, you should file if you can before your 6 months is up on your I-94.
Okay.
So you're sort of a little bit behind in that you're not married yet and you haven't already filed. You've got about 2 weeks left, 14 days.
Yeah.
But let's say we were talking a year from now. Let's say you said, "Hey Jim, I'm Shaniqua. I came in from Jamaica a year and a half ago, and I just married my boyfriend, and we want to file for a green card. He's a U.S. citizen." I'd say, "Giddy up, go do it." Right? So that's a case that happens all the time too. Now, that being said, if you can apply before, you should. And it's more important to file before than it is to file the strongest case possible, right? Because if you file when you're out of status, they hold your case to a higher standard, right? That's a fraud indicator, is when you get married and file after you're out of status. So if you can get it on file before then, that's better. Okay. And then the other thing is, you should submit everything that you got and understand that over time you'll get more.
Okay.
Right? So you'll have a chance, if you have an interview, to bring more evidence. You'll have a chance. I mean, as long as you don't file the thinnest of thin cases, because they could straight out deny it, but that's pretty rare. And it's usually only when people piss them off. So generally, you're going to have the chance to add more stuff. You'll also have access to the online portal where you can add stuff later. So let's say that you file and then you get your work card and then you get a social security number. So then you can open a joint bank account and get on the lease and start building more evidence of the two of you at the same address.
Okay.
But as far as when his lease is up and all that stuff, that's dumb to think about in comparison to getting this case out the door and getting good evidence.
Okay, so you're saying like, for example, we get married tomorrow and I file the next day, right? So certain evidence and so forth, I don't have to put right away. Just once I file for it, and over time, I just can submit evidence. I don't have to.
It's not great. It's not great. It's not what I would prefer. I mean, what I would prefer is that you would call me October 1st, and we worked for a month to get your documents together and file a strong case. But now we're up against it. You have 2 weeks. So I would send them everything that you can right now. I'd also pick a particular address of where you're going to live. I mean, that's the other thing. If you guys are going to be moving, you need to think it through, because when you file, you want to have one address, and your work card and your green card is probably going to go to that address. So you need to be a little bit purposeful about what address you use, and the address should be where you sleep at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, James is right. You're not going to be able to file the very next day because you'll need the county to record the marriage certificate.
Yeah, we did the marriage license yesterday, so we just like to go in to pay for it and other stuff. But I'm gonna book an appointment with you.
Sure.
Before we talk more about it.
Yeah, just send an email right now. Say, "I'm Shaniqua. I was just on the show," and they'll get moving on it, because we gotta. I wish we filed this case 2 weeks ago.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
All right, our friend Jonathan is back. Hello, Jonathan. How you doing, man?
Hey, Jim. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great.
Just first of all, to answer your question about whether people are on or how I watch and people are being on or off camera. So I watch live regularly, and when I do, sometimes I'm watching the screen, sometimes I'm working and listening in the background.
That's what I think a lot of people do.
Right. And then if I miss something, I'll usually watch it on replay. And either way, even if I'm watching the screen, I don't mind if people are on or, like, it doesn't affect me. I can see you and I can hear you.
Yeah.
So I'm not really bothered by people being on or off screen. So I hope that answers your question. I received an RFFE for my marriage-based thing. So I've got a few questions. I'm not going to keep you long. I hope all the questions are relevant to your other callers as well. But if I go over time, you'll...
Take your time. There's not a lot of people in the waiting room, so you're fine.
Okay, amazing. So first of all, I filed, I sent off for a FOIA just because I figured I had enough time and there might be something useful. Interestingly enough, a couple of things. I sent, my wife, the petitioner, sent a signed request to release all the information, but they redacted all their information from the FOIA on my application petition and my daughter's petition as well. She's a petitioner on both, which was strange. But interestingly enough, on mine, they blocked everything out. On my daughter's, they actually left something open on case notes, which they probably didn't mean to. And
they always do that. That's why you do it. That's the one reason you do it.
Yeah. So I was just coming on to tell you, your listeners. Obviously, they listen to you, but just always do it. You never know what you'll find. It's interesting. The other thing is they send with both of them partial denial letter. I assume that's standard. They always do, just to say they can't release everything in in the
Yep.
files?
Yep, always.
Okay. And then there's a whole list of things which active or inactive, which I assume are like standard things they can select from. There's a few things showing as active. Do you pay a lot of attention to those?
Mm-mm.
Okay, fine. Okay, so in terms of important questions, I've got affidavits. I don't know if you remember, I went into the Miami field office in August. My daughter had an interview scheduled, and in the end, they couldn't perform it because mine hadn't been processed. So I had affidavits and support from friends and family at the time. So they're dated like July, August. Do I, should I get them rewritten so they're current, or sending in now from July and August is good enough?
Good enough.
Okay, excellent. And then in terms of, I spoke to you a little while ago about the wedding. So I'd had a religious marriage ceremony in New York, and they asked in the RFE to submit proof that the marriage legally ended. Now that's complicated because we never got married legally and we never got divorced legally. We had a religious marriage and a religious divorce. So you said you were going to think on it, and I've taken a lot of advice from family lawyers in New York, and the bottom line is it's a big problem. And this is, I think, important for all your callers, not just in New York, but in terms of checking local laws. So the state of New York recognizes a religious marriage as a civil marriage, as opposed to Florida, where I live, which doesn't, because in Florida you have to have registered, you didn't. But no state anywhere recognizes a religious divorce as a legal divorce. So anybody who's got married in the state of New York religiously, then divorced religiously, and then married again, has a massive problem on their hands, not just for immigration, but if they die, the ex-wife or the legal current wife can come after their estate. So people have to be really careful about this. Anyway, I have a little bit of a get out of jail free card because I found out that after I got divorced religiously, my ex-wife converted to Judaism. So she wasn't actually Jewish when we got married, which means that the marriage wasn't a real marriage, because you can't marry in the Jewish faith somebody who wasn't Jewish. And that's my belief anyway. So my proposal is to write back to them and say there was no legal marriage, and therefore I cannot provide the evidence you requested, because if she wasn't Jewish and the religious marriage isn't recognized, then theoretically the state of New York shouldn't recognize it as a legal marriage.
I have been known, when screwed out of the ability to pull off a timely divorce, to attack the underlying marriage. We did the same thing in Arkansas. I don't remember what the fundamental flaw was in the marriage. I think maybe somebody was too young or something. Maybe they were cousins. It is Arkansas. I don't remember, but no slight on Arkansas. But
Right.
Yeah, sometimes your best trick, if you're stuck with the marriage, the marriage you're filing on now as having occurred after the other one, and you can't pull off a divorce, sometimes you have to attack the underlying one. So I don't know if I'd be so cute as to just say there's nothing because there was no legal marriage. I think you might want to just take it head on, and you probably need an expert.
So it's complicated because legal experts have all said that under New York state law, if a religious person can perform a religious marriage and the state will recognize that. I went to a Beth Din, a Jewish religious court, and said, can you issue a ruling that this was not a valid marriage? And they said, we didn't perform the marriage, and they're the most, Beth Din of America, they're the most recognized ones. I hope USCIS would see that and recognize it. They won't touch it. They said they don't issue rulings to invalidate prior marriages. So I don't want to be cute. I wanted to present evidence, say, look, this is the legal advice, that quote some thing or the religious advice, but people don't seem to want to touch it. So it's difficult. I wish I did have something.
Here's what I'll say. It's been a long time since I was in the business of locating expert witnesses.
Okay.
But it's been my experience that you can always find an expert witness.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Okay. Noted. Thank you
So
very much.
In other words, don't give up. Okay,
but bottom line is present some, take it head on. My question is, I never presented any kind of marital evidence. Or listed the marriage. I said I've been married twice. My current wife and my previous ex-wife, who I had been married to and divorced from legally in the UK. Mm-hmm. They've come up with this because I got a son from the second religious marriage, and they've probably said, okay, you've got a child. You look like an Orthodox Jew. We're going to assume that you wouldn't have had a child out of wedlock. So we're fishing and asking you to provide that evidence. So do I assume they're just fishing and they'll dismiss it, or do I have to take it head on? That was really my debate. But I think you're right. So your advice is take it head on, get an expert witness. And
I would assume that they have something besides just fishing.
Oh, okay. So that means like I have to be very serious about it. Okay, fine.
I would say so.
Okay, and then on that, so they've said they want proof that the marriage ended legally, and they've also said additionally submit the petition and answer for your divorce and child custody visitation degree between me and my ex-wife. Now, over the years, my child's 14. There have been probably somewhere close to 100 petitions and responses over the years. We've fought over custody tirelessly for years and years and years. Do they want boxes and boxes of filings? I'm not talking about transcripts and everything. I'm talking about actual petitions and petitions in response and orders to show cause and all this stuff. It's literally boxes of them. How much do they actually want me to submit to demonstrate the fights we've had over custody of our child?
I think they just want to know like what the final resolution is. I don't think they need the play-by-play.
So the most recent custody order and the petition that was behind that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. And then they asked for proof that my first marriage ended legally, which I submitted with the petition. And actually, I checked online and it's uploaded, so it's actually there. Do I still send it to them, or do I say, it's in your file? Look here, or whatever.
Is it certified?
Yeah, it came with a stamp from the court.
Yeah, then sometimes they just miss stuff. Or they use form RFEs.
So do I highlight the fact that they have it, or do I just send another copy?
Both.
Okay, so say here's another copy, but it was on the original petition, blah blah. Okay, fine.
And I see it in the portal.
Sorry.
And I see it in the portal.
Right. Okay. And then finally, the dumb attorney who filed this petition for me before I knew you, do I need to formally have her withdraw to continue, or do I just respond to USCIS and ignore her involvement? So she got a copy of the RFE and she wrote to me to say, I'm not well, I can't continue in this case. But she hasn't said anything to USCIS as far as I'm aware. They copied her.
Tell her to withdraw.
Sorry?
Tell her to withdraw, but don't wait for her to withdraw.
Okay, fine. All right, that's amazing, Jim. Thank you so much. And if I can just comment on yesterday's stupid comment on your show where you did the funny monkey dance. I think it's symptomatic of what I've been in America 2 years, and the divisiveness of left versus right, or my opinion or your opinion. There's no middle ground of it. In the UK, it's getting worse, but there's still a lot of middle ground. I find in the US, you're either pro Second Amendment or you're a child killer. You're pro abortion or a child killer. Like, there's no, we can discuss these politics. It's like, come out and stand for what I believe in, or you're a monster. And I find this in the US politics generally, and it's horrible. It's not a way to live.
It is horrible. Thank you, Jonathan.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
Keep me posted, okay? I hope everything works out. Let me know.
Will do. Thank you so much for your time.
See you, man. Let's go over to Rahul. Hello, Rahul.
Hello, Jim. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you, my friend. What's up?
Actually, I have 3 questions. The main question is, I came here on tourist visa 7 or 8 months before, and now I'm out of status. And now I'm just talking my girlfriend from last 6 to 7 months, and we have decided now to get married next maybe December or January. And she just got divorced from her ex-husband last November. So is that the good time to get married, or we should have to wait? Because I already got out of status.
She got divorced last November 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to wait beyond that.
No. 2nd November 2nd this year.
This month,
yeah, this month.
2 weeks
ago.
Yeah. How much evidence do you have of the last 6 months together? And when did she stop living with that husband?
She stopped living 3 years before.
Okay.
Her husband was in prison.
Okay. And how long was the divorce on file?
She filed last year also, but everything wasn't done. So she filed again this year around March or the April, and now she finally got everything.
So it was like a long time separation, a long struggle to get away from this guy because he was in prison. And the divorce, she couldn't pull it off the first time, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I would say, you are out of status. So the sooner the better.
Mhm.
But I think you also want to sort of focus on it being natural, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I just want to throw another thing out there, Rahul.
And yeah, one more question. And she also have a like 18 years before she have a criminal history, like fraud and history. So is that gonna affect the case?
Of course.
Oh.
Of course. She has a criminal record. She was married to a guy in prison, and now she's married you. And I just want to tell you, if you came to America and started working pretty quickly,
Mhm.
that could also make your life difficult.
No. So should we start it now or we have to wait?
Well, what's waiting do? I don't know what waiting is doing.
I was just waiting because of the divorce. She just got finalized her divorce November
I know
2nd.
this is a messy case, my friend. I mean, remember, I always say that the key to the green card case, and specifically whether I want my law firm to get involved in it, is this. And that is, do I feel comfortable going to bat with the US citizen? Like, because here's what's going to happen, and here's what you need to ask yourself. Getting married's easy. Filing the green card's easy.
Yeah.
Then they're going to do a background check, and they're going to call you guys in for an interview. And then what they're going to do is they're going to separate you. And
Mhm.
you're going to be in one room and she's going to be in the other. And they're going to say, "Look, lady, we know about your criminal history. We
Mhm.
know that the last person you were married to went to prison.
Mhm.
And you married this guy who came to America on a visit visa, started working right away, and then married you,
Mhm.
and then quickly filed for a green card a month after you got divorced from jailbird Joey.
Mhm.
So if you don't withdraw this case right now and
Mhm.
help us send Rahul back to where he's from, we're
Mhm.
gonna throw you in jail." And the question you have to ask yourself is, what's she gonna do when that happens? Because that's what's gonna happen. That's the end station of these train tracks.
Oh.
So do you feel comfortable betting your future on this messy case? Because this is the
Oh.
one. This is the kind of case they're going to have their knives out for. This is the kind of case that's going to get their nose going. They're going to be all over this case. They're going to say Rahul came to the United States on a visit visa. He's been working in a convenience store. He started working a month after he got here. His alleged reason for getting the visit visa was bullshit. Then all of a sudden he finds this trashy lady who's a criminal and who is married to a criminal, and he paid her $5,000 to marry him and get him a green card.
No, no. But I don't work on the store because, like my uncle have a store. So sometimes I came because sometimes he go to the market or bring something. So I don't work.
Rahul, my friend, listen. When the video started, I saw you at the store.
Yeah,
And
I'm a store right now.
right, but do you know how many immigrants have told USCIS the story, "Oh, I don't really work at that store. They just caught me there." Like, do you know how
Yes,
many
sir.
people tell them that story?
Mhm. Yes, sir.
So you might have a misrepresentation problem from the visit visa. You
Mhm.
might have problems with her, and most importantly, I guarantee you they're going to separate you
Mhm.
and scare the shit out of her to try to get her to withdraw this case. What were and you said her conviction was for fraud, right? So fraud is a hop, skip, and a jump from marriage fraud and green card fraud.
Okay.
So
So I
so
have to.
Rahul, the last question you need to ask me is, so Jim, if you filed this case and it was the strongest case possible, what are the chances of success? I say
Yeah.
5%. 5%.
Oh. Okay. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that.
Rahul, good luck, buddy. Ayub is here. Hello, Ayub. You're on mute.
Hey Jim, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. I just have a few questions. Actually, I'm married to my spouse has a pending asylum for years now, and we met on 2016,
Mhm.
and we got married on 2023, February 2023, and we had the religious ceremony on 2022. And right now we do have a 3 years old daughter. And I would like to know if it's a good time to file for I-130 and wait for that, because I'll be filing for my citizenship in a year.
Mhm. Have they had their asylum interview?
No.
So they're still under USCIS. They're not an immigration court.
Yes.
And how did you get your green card?
Through asylum.
Okay. And you've had it for like 4 years?
Yes.
So I would go ahead and file the I-130 now.
Okay.
And then once you're eligible to apply for citizenship, apply for that citizenship, because then her I-130 has been pending a year, and hopefully you just go to the front of the line with your naturalization certificate. Right now there's a 4-year wait for the spouses of green card holders. So there's an argument, just wait till you get your citizenship. But I don't think I would do that. I think I would go ahead and get that started.
Okay. Even though the pending case is still there and she can be called anytime, and that's not going to affect anything.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And
You're already married, right? You're already married?
Yeah. I'm married. I'm married through the court on February 23rd, and
Oh, right.
religiously
Yeah.
since 2022. So I don't know which one should I submit it then, if it come today, or should I submit both of them?
Not the religious, just the court, or just the county one.
Okay. All right. No problem. I appreciate it, Jim. Thank you very much.
See you, buddy. Have a good day. Yeah.
Thank you as well. Bye.
I love talking to people when they're laying down in bed. That's my favorite. BS is here. Hello, BS.
Hey, Jim. How are you doing?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for taking me. I'm gonna stop the camera. Is that fine?
That is fine.
Thank you so much, Jim. You are always nice, always gentle, and always helping to this community, uplift the community. So I really appreciate that, and thank you so much from bottom of my heart. God bless you always. You keep doing this. Thank you so much, Jim. Really appreciate that. God bless you. So I have a small question. Always, I'm sorry to ask. Like, my sister, she's in a processing for immigrant visa. My mom, she filed the petition. She's above 21 years old, and her priority date is 2016 September. She's on a YAF 2B category, Jim, and we haven't heard back from the NVC yet. And when I log in the immigrant visa application online, it says it's still at the NVC. So priority date is 2016 September. We haven't heard any back from then. So how long we have to wait, Jim?
Did you look at the visa bulletin? Look now. Let's see. I'm looking. I got you. So hold on. This is November. I need December. All right.
F2B.
22 September 22nd, 2015. It's Nepal, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, September. And you're what? 2016.
2016 September 16.
So you're like a year away. Now those numbers haven't been moving very much.
Yeah.
So you can ask Fatuma, our friend Fatuma. She's behind you. I think she's 2017. So nobody really knows. Those numbers just have not been moving.
Jim, you are the lawyer, obviously, so know you have a better experience. So what do you think? What is the reason behind this case is not moving since 2020, Jim?
The State Department sucks and USCIS sucks.
So we never know. Even you cannot predict how long it's gonna take to case the case current, Jim.
I don't know, buddy. If I knew that, I'd be a millionaire because I could pay everybody $5 a piece to ask me.
Okay. So we never know. It might take a 5 year too, Jim.
I don't think so. I mean, if I was working really hard, I could sit down and you can go back and look at old visa bulletins and map out how it tracks.
Uh-huh.
And actually, probably somebody's done that, but I haven't.
Okay. So the only key is just wait and see, just be patient.
There's just a bunch of people in line ahead of you.
Okay. All right, Jim. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help.
Bye, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Mohsen. Hello, Mohsen. Mohsen's tired.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Hello, Mohsen.
Very
Yep.
tired. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Good. All right. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So excellent. So first of all, happy November. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm growing it as well. So I just wanted to come on the show. First of all, I'll ask you my question, and I'll give you I want to give my quick opinion on something else. So I don't know if you remember, I got denied entry into the US back in July 27, around about in July. I was just wondering, should I do should I? Because I'm not quite. It's quite vague of why they kind of like denied me. I'm still a bit baffled by it. I'm a bit clueless when it comes to immigration, but I just wanted to know, shall I do a FOIA request with the CBP? Would that give me more detail of why they denied me and stuff like that?
Did you sign a verified statement?
I signed a statement that had questions on it, and on there it's.
Did they give you a copy?
Yeah. On there it says that you couldn't overcome the assumptions or presumptions of
of immigrant intent.
Yeah.
So that's probably all you would get. You can do it. It doesn't cost anything, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. And I just wanna first of all say thank you for yesterday's show as well. Or I think it was the day before as well, where you really are sticking up for people coming into the US, because of what's going on in the political scene, in the political arena.
Always.
It's absolutely insane. I watched a program, a Senate thing, a Senate committee meeting where there was Bernie Sanders and a Republican, and he got up to wanting to fight the team masters. Yeah, I was like there thinking, what on earth? Like, look at the state of this. Honestly, what's become of this? Like, they're ready to go on it.
I always laugh at, at the House of Commons, they're always like yelling at each other, I thought, boy, the House of Commons is always fun, but I was like, well, this is sort of like that. Yeah, he said, for everybody who doesn't know, wait, hold on, maybe I can pull it up.
I think his name was Mark
Oklahoma.
The Oklahoma guy. Senator Mark Wayne Mullin challenged union leader Sean O'Brien to a fight in the middle of a Senate hearing.
Yeah, here it is. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can share this. I'm only doing this because we're going to shut down in just a minute. I got to go get ready for. It's all good.
And that's coming from statistics. All right. Now let's talk about Mr. O'Brien himself, his behavior. As everybody knows, and it's here in the last time, him and I kind of had a back and forth. Appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different. But after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sir, I wish he was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company myself. And my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. So this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
pipe.
stop it.
Is that your
All right.
solution, every
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond, Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
That's the state of our politics. Mohsen, I'm going to let you go, buddy.
Oh, all right, brother. No worries.
See you, man. That is the state of our politics, and it only got worse from there. I mean, the Teamsters, you know, the Teamsters union. That's Jimmy Hoffa. That's not a union you want to mess around with, right? So that guy. Of course, the sad truth is, probably nobody on this show had ever heard of that clown senator before, but now everybody knows him, right? So he sort of got what he wanted, which is a little bit of intention. All right, listen. So tomorrow is our firm retreat. So don't be calling the office tomorrow. Call today or call on Monday. We will sort of not be taking calls tomorrow. We're doing our retreat. We will all be together in St. Louis and Buenos Aires and elsewhere electronically. So there won't be a show tomorrow, which means I have to do a 2-hour show at some point. 2-hour show at some point. I don't know. Maybe one day next week, probably the week after Thanksgiving. I'll probably do a show on Thanksgiving in the morning while the kids are still sleeping, maybe right before football. I hope you all have a great night. I think I've done like 28 shows in a row, so it's been a while since I had a day off, but I certainly enjoy being with all of you guys. I hope you have a great night, and we will see you on Saturday. Don't know what time. So to that end, if you want to know what time I'm going live on Saturday, 314-470-3300, just text the word show to 314-470-3300.